Okay, go. All right, welcome back, Double Teamed fam. How are we doing? Today is part 2 of our B-Day sex party episode. So let's talk about the day of. Now,
this was exhausting. This part was literally exhausting. This was the part where I questioned why we even made the decision to host a play party because there was a lot.
It was just manual labor. Chill out. Anyways, you also just have to like come up with a good list of like groceries and stuff.
Well, not just groceries, all kinds of things like help setting up, because like we had so much decor that like we needed a lot of extra hands.
Yeah.
Specifically,
we did
dudes that could do some heavy lifting.
We did get some lube from Peep Show to put out. We did get some wipes from Personal Fave to put in the bathrooms for the girlies. What else? I know Butter sent us a bunch. Butter Wellness and Peep Show Toys sent us some toys and lube to give out as gifts.
For the best dressed, because we wanted...
For the best dressed, yes.
Yeah. I mean, we knew this group was going to go all out with the theme, and so we're like, we got to do some best dressed. And so we gave out the Selenas and then the Butter Wellness vibrators for the men. Yeah. For men.
And then we did get 2 cakes for the Libras of the night, which the cakes were fucking delicious.
Okay, we're going to get into the cakes later because I have a bone to pick there. But
and then for food, there was a lot. There was a lot of food. We had a lot of fruit, which I think is important.
I think we could have gone down a little bit on the food. Actually, you know what? Let's just get into it. The cake as well. Here's the thing.
Hold on. I will say, for the food, V really wanted like chips and dip. I wasn't a huge fan of that because I feel like chips and dip are just a little too messy for a play party. I wanted a little bit more demure. I like the fruits, the nuts, the chocolate covered nuts.
But the thing about chips and dip too is also I feel like that can make you gassy,
yeah.
Yeah. I just don't think
bloated.
And bloated. I just don't think it's a great play party food.
I think the best play party foods that you can get are fruits like pineapple, watermelon, mango, cantaloupe.
Okay, but then you have to buy all of those pre-cut. If you don't
That's fine.
If you don't want to deal with cutting a bunch of fruit, then strawberries, blueberries.
Oh yeah,
grapes.
I forgot about
grapes.
The berries. The berries are great. Grapes are key, essential. And then cashews, almonds, chocolate covered berries or nuts. I think chocolate covered almonds hit hard every time.
Mm-hmm. Basically, like, you want easy finger foods. I know we've kind of previously mentioned that in some other episodes, but yeah, easy finger foods. I almost disagree with like watermelon and pineapple just because.
No, pineapple makes your pussy or your dick.
Yeah, we know that, but also
good.
does anything. So does basically anything that's very citrusy and has a good vitamin C in it. Doesn't specifically have to be pineapple.
Why not pineapple? What's wrong with it?
Well, and this is actually when I was ordering the food, the owner of the house and his girlfriend were with me, and I was like, well, what about pineapple and watermelon? And they were both like, it can get really messy. It's very juicy. It starts to like, you need to keep it cool more so than you do other vegetable or other fruits. And they were saying that like a lot of times like it just ends up getting really watery in the containers that it's in. So they were like, that's why they said they preferred strawberries and grapes because those were the easiest ones to lay out. And they also said, because they host a lot more play parties than we do, they said that most people gravitate towards just grapes and like strawberries.
Okay, I could see why I understand their argument with the watermelon. However, I do feel like I saw a lot of people go for like attack the watermelon first.
I'm not saying it's a totally horrible option. I'm just saying
it's not
my preferred.
I'm just saying if you're going to throw a play party, you do need stuff like gummy bears. Don't forget gummy bears.
And
Albanese.
Which I didn't find Albanese when I was freaking
Instacarting,
yeah, so I had to go with Haribo, which it was fine, but yeah, quick easy finger foods. And yeah, so when V was like, let's do chips and dip, I was just like, I did order some chips though. However, at the end of the night, next day when I was looking at the array of food, all of that was still there. Here's the thing, though. Here's another thing.
I did see like 2 people eat the chips and dip.
We had 2 out of 100. We had a
There were
lot.
like 70, 80 people there.
Okay, yeah. I think actually for the day of, in terms of like how many people actually made it, I think we had around 100 RSVP. And
you can always expect a 20% drop off. Every time.
We had about 80 show up, which I thought was a great number.
It's like when you throw a wedding.
Yeah.
You invite 120, 100, maybe 90 are going to show up.
Mm-hmm. Always knock off 10 to 20% of the invite list. Mm-hmm. Day of, someone gets, maybe they're sick, they're not feeling it, they started their period, etc. It's the same with any event. And now the decor was actually really fun to set up. By the time we got done with it, like, it did look really freaking cool.
It looked great.
I posted a few things on our stories. I also posted it on our Patreon for anyone that wants a little bit of a sneak peek of what that looked like. But, like, we had... So V put these, like mountain stickers. There's a wall, the back wall, which, like, when you walk right in, you see this back wall. It's all floor to ceiling sliding glass doors. And she put these like mountain stickers on it with like these like galaxy stars above it that looked like kind of very extraterrestrial. There was a backdrop with like a bunch of like glittery cowboy hats, disco balls, aliens, purple fuzzy material behind it. And then we put a photo booth in front of that.
We got some of the sex furniture out. So the host has
a sex swing.
No, but what's the one that we strapped the alien to?
It's
like the bench that you bend over to get flogged or paddled on.
Yeah.
Anyways, we had that bench out and I strapped an alien to it.
We had a cage.
There was a cage. Yep.
And in the cage we had a blow up alien with a collar on.
Very kinky.
And then the alien that we had in the backdrop for the pictures was in shibari. So all of the aliens were subjected to some form of kink.
Yep.
But they consented. They consented. They were plastic blow-up aliens, but they consented. What else did we have? We had a bunch of like lights everywhere that kind of like either added mood lighting or added kind of that galaxy look to the ceiling. We had
a photo booth.
No, I already mentioned the photo booth, which was dope. Like I said, V went all out with this theme. And then we also had just like all these like cowboy boots, disco balls, and
cowboy hats
laying around. Yeah. So it looked sick. The decor was like, I think that honestly was probably more effort than like I put into my first wedding, just there was a lot there and it was really cool. It felt like, if you've ever been to a Kinky Party Rabbit in LA, the
Kinky Rabbit Party.
Yeah, a Kinky Rabbit Party.
You said Kinky Party Rabbit.
Oh, my bad. If you've ever been to a Kinky Rabbit Party in Los Angeles, the host, Alina, goes all out. And her decor is amazing. She has a bunch of sex furniture. She's got a St. Andrew's cross. She's got a dildo seesaw. She's got all kinds of stuff that she puts out for these play parties. And then the production's usually huge. She has a DJ. She has performers. Like, these parties are insane. It felt like pretty close to that, what we accomplished at our play party because of the decor and everything that V got. Which I guess she had a friend that had a production company who was like, oh, we're actually doing that theme for another party. Do you just want to use this decor? And then so he let us use it, which was great. But I'll never forget, I like walked into the house. Everything's being set up. There's like 4 dudes and V setting everything up. And it's like in a complete disarray because it's not all, organized yet. And I just remember looking around and I see a lot of stuff. And I was like, do we have an insurance policy on this? And she was like, nope. And I was like, okay. So whenever the party we got it all set up, it looked beautiful. Very happy with the results. But it was just so funny because when we were doing the consent talk, the owner of the house, he always does a consent talk, and we asked him to do it for our party as well because he kills it and he just does a great job with it, covers all the bases. And at the end of it, he was like, he looked at us and he was like, do you guys want to add anything? And I went up there and I was like, and I thanked V for all the work that she put into the decor and making, the place truly the Galactic Wild West.
It was giving yeehaw.
It was giving yeehaw. It was giving beep boop, like aliens, cowboys, everything. Okay. To the aliens up there, they're like, bitch, we don't say beep boop. We talk just like y'all do. Anyways.
Do they?
So I thanked her for all the effort that she put into it, but then I reminded everyone at the party, we do not have an insurance policy for this. You break it, you buy it. Please be careful. And I really wanted to reiterate that because, like, people get drunk, they're on drugs, they're just naked and frolicking. Like, the last thing I want is like someone knocking something over and then we have to pay for a $500 disco ball. So, and that's another thing to keep in mind if you are going to host a play party and you are going to, put any decor or anything, like either have an insurance policy or just like be careful about where you place it. I strategically placed a lot of the disco balls in places where like people wouldn't normally be so that nothing would get knocked over.
Yeah. Yeah, you do have to take that into consideration because, like, at the end of the day, usually people are pretty respectful, but, accidents do happen. And when it was decor like that, yeah, we definitely had to be a little careful with it.
And to give you guys an idea, there had to have been at least 20 disco balls.
More than that.
You think more than that? Okay, probably.
There were at least like, I don't know, yeah, maybe. Yeah, about 20 to
probably
30.
about 20 to 30.
20 to 30 disco balls.
And then probably 20 to 30 cowboy hats.
Yep.
I think we only had 6 blow-up aliens.
Lots of lights.
The lights was probably another like 20, 30 little lights everywhere.
Light thingies, yeah. I'm trying to think.
So
we did get a fog machine that didn't end up working. I knew that thing was crushed about that.
Yeah.
I wish it would have worked.
I didn't have a lot of faith in it, to be honest.
Well, but it would have been cool. It would have felt very extraterrestrial if it had worked. So I definitely knew like her vision behind it, and I wish it had happened.
I know.
So yeah, day of, lots of ordering food, getting that ready. It was the day before was most of the setup, and V said it took like 8 hours or something like that.
Yeah, and then I went the day of and helped.
Oh, and then day of we went to finish setup, and that was an additional 4 to 5 hours.
All in all, all of that decor probably took close to 15 hours to set up.
Yep. And then post party, I want to say the teardown was
We'll talk a little bit more about post party later, but let's talk about how it actually went. So like once people actually started showing up. Oh, also our outfits, I thought they were super cute. I went for like I had like a black sparkly cowboy hat, a kind of like see-through iridescent purple top, purple like bottoms that had this pattern that could look a little extraterrestrial, and then black cowboy boots. And then Cami did like a green sparkly dress, white cowboy hat, and white cowboy boots.
It was cute.
It was really cute.
It was very modest. It was cute. I liked it.
And then what did your boo wear?
I just had him in a black button down, a bolo tie. I put him in one of the random hats at the party, and then and black jeans.
And honestly, everyone did so good with the theme, and I knew they would.
The winning couple wore Buzz Lightyear and Woody.
Oh yeah,
costumes.
Because
the Woody costume was assless chaps.
Yes.
So they won.
Because that was a cowboy and alien.
Yeah. They knocked it out of the ballpark.
Guys, you know how much we love it when our men last a while and stay nice and firm. They've got the energy to keep going all night. And now that we're in comfy, cozy season and we're stuck inside, we need that endurance. We need that longevity. So give your man some Joy Mode. It is a supplement that helps enhance and boost performance. Gives them the energy to keep going and helps with firmness. So if you guys want to check it out, go to tryjoymode.com and use code DOUBLETEAM for savings. You guys know how much we love Popstar, but I actually want to see like how big are these pills?
They look like my magnesium pills.
Okay, that's not that bad. And you have to take 4 of them. Yeah. 4 of them is 1 serving. So you got a month's worth of big loads.
Yeah.
Now it is the giving season, so if you want to give your boo a bigger load that tastes better, get
exactly.
some Popstar.
This product is for you, but it's really benefiting
the both
your
of
partner. Yeah. I was gonna say your partner.
I was gonna say,
I love a big load. I think it's hot.
and now when you take
I
that
want
cum
it
shot,
all over me.
exactly.
Exactly.
So if you want to get Pop Star, guys, of course we have a code for you.
Yes, go to popstarlabs.com and use code DTFAM for 20% off. Again, that is popstarlabs.com and use code DTFAM. And then one girl who won the best female costume. What mask did she have?
It was an alien from some movie. I don't know.
Yeah, the mask was hideous.
But it was an alien mask, and then her outfit was super hot, and she looked phenomenal.
Yeah, so she killed it.
She killed it. She won
Even
best
though
female.
I told her, I was like, dude, I hate the mask, but you killed it. God, what was that alien from?
I don't know. And then it's so funny. We had an award for First Naked, and the person that came pretty much won it right out of the park because they were literally just shirtless with assless chaps and nothing underneath it, so their junk was out immediately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they had a cowboy hat on. So kudos to them. I was so proud of everyone and they really did go all out with the theme, and it just made me so happy because, like, obviously we put a lot of work and effort into that theme. We put a lot of work and effort into making it a true Galactic Wild West, realm, and then they came in with their costumes and everyone looked so good. And honestly, I think that's one of the big reasons why people go to play parties.
Yeah.
There's always a theme and it's so fun.
It is fun to play dress up. Like, we all want to do that,
Yeah.
Halloween is the one day of the year where girls
Oh yeah.
in girl world. What is the quote?
She goes, in girl world, Halloween is the one day of the year where you can dress like a slut and no one can say anything about it.
You can at a sex party.
And that's the thing about sex parties is, that's the thing about play parties. Every day is Halloween when you go to a play party. You can wear whatever you want, look as hot as you want. If there's a theme, go all out, and people do. So then it feels like a Halloween party multiple times a year. It's great. We love a theme party.
Which just reminds me, I have a Halloween party this weekend with my boo, and we're Mario and Luigi. Slutty Mario and Luigi almost.
But yeah. So yeah, people started showing up to party. It was really great. We did the consent talk, as I mentioned earlier.
Usually there's like an hour of
mingling.
Yeah. No one's taking off their clothes. Everyone's just saying hi. For anyone that didn't know each other, that's a great time to like get to know each other and like say hello.
Yeah.
Really, kind of like suss out the vibe, see who's there. It is also a great time to like, get your lay of the land. I remember one guy I saw, assless chaps guy.
Oh.
We'll call him L. He's a good friend of ours. Anyways, I saw L go immediately for a friend that I had invited that she and her partner had never been to, like, had seen this group before.
Oh, I know who.
Yeah, and Elle immediately went up to her and was like, hey, you're very attractive. What's your name? Can I get to know you? And I just, like, I watched that exchange, and she was just, like, getting a drink or something. And then I just walked off. Like, it was cute. But yeah, so, like, the mingling hour was definitely, like, a great time. Oh, our cats are fighting.
They're so cute. They're playing with each other. Aw.
See, that's what Greywind wants. Greywind wants...
I know. Okay. Anyways. But yeah, I think everyone seemed to be having a really great time. Food was not very well touched.
It was.
Okay, food was moderately touched.
Moderately touched.
Moderately
yes.
touched. I think the thing about food is a lot of times when people get busy, they get at it and they're on substances, they don't get that hungry. But here's the thing, and this is what one of my things was. So we ordered these 2 cakes. One of them was from Susie's Cakes, which if you're in LA, you know that it's one of the like most bomb cake places in LA. It's so freaking good. And then I got one from Whole Foods. And if you haven't gotten a cake from Whole Foods, they are delicious. We got the like vanilla berry chantilly. I don't even know. Anyways, and yeah, it was really good. And so after the consent talk, we did like a happy birthday, like everyone saying happy birthday to us, and we like blew out the candles on the cakes. And then we put the cakes back on the kitchen island where they were, and nobody touched them except Cami and I.
Because no one's gonna want to like, where's a knife, and like look for a big ass knife to cut a big ass cake. It's a lot to cut a cake. I have been, I had been a wedding planner / event planner for like years. I know what it's like to cut a cake. It is intimidating.
But we had a knife, we had plates, we had everything.
We didn't have a knife there.
Yeah, we did.
No, we went and looked and got a knife. We didn't have a knife just sitting out by the cakes.
No, but we literally did that within the span of like 2 seconds after we set the cakes down, and then immediately cut ourselves slices.
I know, that's fine, but
it wasn't that bad.
We did that because we're the hosts. No one's gonna be like, let me get a knife and cut the cake.
Anyways, moral of the story is Cami and I were the only ones that ate the cake.
Well, because I grabbed some cake, packaged it up, and then took it home for me and my boyfriend to eat since we weren't staying for the party. So it made sense.
Anyways,
and I did get more. We did get more cake when we went back the next day for teardown.
There was a lot of leftover cake.
It was fucking delicious, though. Whole Foods.
Yeah, I just said
free
that.
plug.
Yeah,
their cakes are really good,
and
they held up.
And that wasn't the first time I'd gotten a cake from Whole Foods for a party. There was a birthday orgy I went to earlier this year that I got a cake from Whole Foods from, and it was so good.
If you're shopping at Whole Foods, get the white cake that has
the berry chantilly. I just said it. Yes.
Yep. You did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. Okay. It was fucking delicious.
It was. I honestly would go back and get that cake just to have it again.
Yeah. They make mini ones.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't have to get the big ass one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should do that.
Anyways.
Do you want to talk a little bit about how it was with you and your boo at the actual play party?
Yeah, so my boyfriend and I, we did attend for a little bit. He came, he did help with setup day of, and then he didn't help with setup the day before because he was recovering from like having like the flu the past week. So we were kind of taking it easy that night. But day of, we went and helped set up, got home, changed, went back to the party. Anyways, and he got to meet a lot of my friends, say hello. He had some great conversations. We stayed through the consent talk, and then after the consent talk there was still a little bit more mingling going on, so we stayed for about 30-40 minutes, and then
total. You stayed for a little longer than 40 minutes.
We stayed for 30-40 minutes past the consent talk.
Okay. So at that point, about maybe almost 2 hours in. Okay.
Yeah. I had been, about 2 hours in. I grabbed some cake and we went home. And it was nice because we went home and, we kind of just did a little debrief. I asked him, where his mind was at, how he felt during the party, like where his comfort levels were at. And then we had a really nice discussion about how it went and how he was feeling, and I felt like it brought us really a lot closer. And obviously I'm not going to go into the details of the conversation, sorry, I do like to keep some things private, but it was, I would say, like a really beautiful conversation, and I was very happy that we both like gave each other the space to do that. And then afterwards we fucked and went to bed, and it was great. I had a great time. So yeah, it was beautiful.
I'm glad. And I'm glad that, I saw you guys every now and then throughout the party, like at least until y'all left. And yeah, it seemed like everything was going well. Like he wasn't like, he didn't look uncomfortable.
Yeah. He felt bad because he still kind of had like a sore throat from like the flu or whatever he had the previous week. And so like, talking a lot can kind of like spark that a little. Activate that. So he felt kind of bad because he was like trying to, make sure not to, get his sore throat worked up, but also like, wanted to be social. So yeah, that.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you guys had a good time, and I'm glad you had a good discussion after. My boyfriend and I think I called him at the end of the night when I was all done, but to go a little bit into my experience of the night, I just kind of felt like I was playing host the whole night, which I was, because obviously like it's a party that we're hosting, so like I was just keeping tabs on like drinks and everything, if anything needed to be refilled. I
Which it is great to have a person to do that.
Yeah, I had people like asking me like, you know, where's this, where's blah blah blah. Like I was basically there to help anyone that needed to be helped. I actually did invite one of my friends. I don't know if I mentioned it on our pod that her and I had a little bit of a falling out earlier this year, and as kind of a peace offering, I invited her to come to the party, and she attended, and it was really great to reconnect with her. So her and I talked for a bit. I talked to some other friends that we had invited that had a great time, and this was the first time that they were meeting like our sex party friends, you know, so it was like kind of fun to see a few of our worlds collide. It's always interesting when you have friend groups that are like very separate, like meeting each other. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, for sure.
And honestly, I just spent most of the night like kind of just mingling, making sure everything was taken care of, helping anyone out if they needed anything. My friend that I invited, her and I were like in the hot tub for just a few minutes. I just put my feet in. She was fully submerged. I just put my feet in. Her and I were catching up. But honestly, I was just so exhausted from the setup that I spent most of the time just trying to like relax and not do a whole lot. But like my feet were hurting. And yeah, the setup really took it out of me, but it was fun. And I loved like seeing like the finished product, because like and when you see everyone like having fun and really enjoying it, like as someone that like is hosting or like putting on the event, like it's really great to see people like enjoying your work. And then V was having a blast. I did kind of like go upstairs and just like take a quick peek, peruse through what everyone was doing. And it definitely looked like people were having a lot of fun. One of our friends that we invited there, he had never been to a play party, and I could tell there were a few times where he was kind of like not uncomfortable, but like unsure of what to do. So like I would just, you know, talk to him occasionally and introduce him to other people, try to get him, you know, mingling and such, which was nice. And then I think I left around like maybe 1:30-ish, somewhere in that time frame.
I was gonna say I left around like 11:30 midnight.
Yeah, and I left maybe, I think it was around 1:30. I definitely took more cake home, because
there was a lot of cake at home.
By that point, there was still no one eating the cake. So I took more cake home, and that is just such a good fucking cake. Anyways,
I think moral of the story is we don't need to have cakes at play party.
But see, I disagree with that, because I love cake at play parties, but unfortunately,
this group just didn't want it.
Yeah, didn't want it. That's okay. But then when I got home, you know, I talked to my boyfriend, and, you know, he just asked me how it went, and I kind of gave him a run of the night, and it was good, and we had a good conversation, and like everything was fine. And so, you know, I really appreciate that, like, him and I can have a lot of conversations like without either of us like getting defensive or like, you know, getting all worked up about anything. And so he was just happy it went well and that I had a good time. And yeah. And then the next day, we were up by like 9?
Yeah, we went to go tear down. I will say I was proud of the group because, you know, we tore down everything in the base floor first. Like a lot of the decorations, blah, 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 put that up. It wasn't too messy. And then we got like our gloves and bags. And I was like ready to go into like the master bedroom and like just pick up a bunch of condoms. But no, everybody used the trash cans.
Not everybody. I picked up, well, okay, a good amount of people use trash cans because I think I picked up maybe like 6 or 7 used condoms from like the beds, the floor, etc.
See, and that's not bad compared to what it could have been if nobody used them.
So
I was very proud of this group because the cleanup in the bedrooms I think was a lot easier than I thought it would have been.
And we did have trash cans by every single bed.
Yeah.
And that is the thing, is when you host a play party, put a trash can by every bed on both sides if you can.
Yep.
Because people wanted to be able to just rip it off, throw it away, good to go. But yeah, honestly, the teardown and cleanup went pretty quick. Honestly, it went so much quicker.
Great help.
Yeah, we had some great help. Thank you for those of you that helped that day. One guy, he couldn't even make it to the party, but he still came and showed up to tear down. And I was like, what an angel. Yeah, an angel.
My God.
Yeah, so nice of him to do that. And then 2 of our friends as well. And yeah, it seemed like everyone had a great time. And it warmed my heart. And I think as like my probably last play party experience for a while, I felt very fulfilled from it.
Yes. Also, one more thing to note, and especially as a ex-event planner, you can never have too many trash cans. We probably needed double the amount of trash cans downstairs.
In the first floor, yeah.
Yeah, than we had. So just take that as a tip for any event that you have. You can never have too many trash cans. But yeah,
100%.
I was very happy with our B-Day play party. I'm glad everybody had a blast. And it was, my little sayonara. And yeah, I enjoyed it. So.
Yeah, farewell to play parties, which is so funny because, like, I remember two of our friends, they're like, oh my God, you guys are like our play party friends. Like, anytime we want to know what play parties are happening in Los Angeles, you guys know. And now I'm like, I still know about them.
Yeah.
we just
I
don't
can
attend
connect
them.
you to the person that can.
We know all the owners. We know it's not as if like any of those connections have gone away. We just don't happen to be attending.
We still have the friendships, obviously.
We still have the friendships, yes. But, yeah. And like I said, I really feel like I fully gave like I said this in the last episode, I really gave myself like full permission to really explore play parties and have a lot of fun with it. And I feel like when it comes to that, like I have left no stone unturned. What's the saying?
I think you got
That's
it.
it. No stone unturned. Okay. Sorry. Anyways, I forgot for a second. I was like, I don't know what it is.
I was like, wait, what are you talking about? No, but yeah, I would say, if this is the end of an era of me attending play parties, I can look back at it fondly and be like, thank you for those years.
No, I don't have to go buy new lingerie every time.
Yeah.
You do kind of feel that pressure.
Yeah,
or get tested all the time. You do kind of feel that pressure to get new outfits for like every play party, 100%. And I have so many outfits that have just literally been for a play party. I have one that like I bought it, wore to one play party. I haven't worn it since, and I'm like, I should wear it. Like, maybe
there's
for my
one
man.
thong that's all I wore it to was play parties.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Yeah, no, if it is an end of an era for me as well, I'm very happy with my experiences, and I feel good about it. And like I said, if that, ever is a possibility for my boo and I down the road, I think we'll have a lot of fun with it if we decide to.
mm-hmm.
But yeah,
For now.
and just remember, if you're hosting a play party, really don't forget about the teardown.
Yeah.
Because you're probably likely going to be tired, hungover, etc. Hopefully you got to, enjoy yourself at the party and everything, but like there is a cleanup that needs to happen, and it's gonna be a lot.
Yeah, you really have to, for any event, I feel like people that are new to it, like you forget there is a pre, a during, and a post.
Yeah.
That's why, for producing shows and stuff, you've got roles for all of that. Post-production, pre-production, so keep that in mind.
And guys, one final tip before we go today, just to round out this whole series on this play party. If you're looking to host a play party, pro tip, you want to find some great people to invite, maybe expand the community, take some time to vet some hotties that want to explore play parties with you at your party. We always recommend Field. That's actually one of the couples that we know that host play parties all the time. That's usually what they'll do is, and they're specifically called like field parties, where they find a bunch of people that they really like on Field. They'll invite them to a party and get to an opportunity to like meet them, vet them.
Before they invite them to the party, usually they do some sort of meet and greet first. So like they'll go to dinner with them, or they'll do like a FaceTime call, or maybe like quickly grab lunch, something just like to get to know the person and build a connection. Obviously, we do, our friends love expanding this community and finding like-minded people. Field is great for that. You can filter all your matches to see like, okay, who's maybe down to try a play party, who's been wanting to do some kinky stuff. Maybe they want to go in the cage with the alien, something like that.
Or maybe they're well versed in play parties, but they don't know you yet. So
exactly. And they just, they want to expand their community. I think Field is a great app for this. It's the one that we recommended from the very beginning, and there's obviously a reason why our whole community is on Field. Like, They're all on field.
And they meet people from there all the time that they bring in, and we get to meet them, and it's usually a great experience. And I think one of our friends, the only app that she is on is Field, just because that's where she tends to find the open-minded people that she's looking to connect with. So
Yeah.
give it a try.
But I mean, it was fun to plan it. It's just a lot of work. But
It made me, like, say for example, like if I was single, it made me realize that I don't know. I mean, if you think about it, I don't know that I would host again. Not because it was a bad experience. It was a good experience. It's so much more fun attending when you don't have to worry about it.
It makes me think back to my event planning days, and it makes me think like how planning my wedding will go.
Yeah.
Because I'm well versed in planning weddings, but like planning the live shows, planning the play party, I hadn't. Those are the first times that I got to plan, since pre-COVID. So it was definitely like a nice like refresher. Now I'm like, okay, whenever it's time to plan my wedding, like I feel like, it's nice to see those skills come back up. Like I feel like I'm going to be ready.
I realized I'm just not really cut out for event planning. And this is why when it came...
Hire a planner.
What?
Hire a planner.
No, exactly, 100%. No, but this is why, like, when it came to live shows, like, I was just not great at the planning part of it. I was really good at the content.
Yeah, planning live shows is a lot.
And what else did I do?
That was it.
I'm really good at an event during, like, but if you're talking about, like, and not even, like, execution, like, I'm good at, like, entertaining during the event.
Yeah, see, I'm opposite. I'm good at pre and post and execution. Don't count me in for the entertainment part. I want nothing to do with it.
Which, I mean, it does kind of bring up the subject of not play parties, of live shows. And, like, I loved doing live shows. I really did. They were so fun. And we had, like, the idea to host more this year, but we haven't hosted any at all. Mainly because, like, it is just so much work. It's so much planning and everything that goes into it. And I'm not saying it's not worth it, but for me, I think I've realized, as much as I love it, if I'm directly involved in the planning process, that kind of takes it out of me, and I want nothing to do with it. But if you need me to show up at a live show and talk about shit and entertain people for 2 hours, I can do that. 100%.
We'll send you her rates.
Oh yeah, if you need me at your next event, send me your rates. And we've performed at...
You'll send them your rates.
Yeah, I'll send you my rates. And then, we've performed at play parties before, and, like, that's fun too. Like, I'm very good at that, but the planning, the execution, all of that, like, it's not my strong suit. I can do it. It's not my strong suit, nor do I get any emotional fulfillment out of it. So yeah, if it's an event where I can hire help, 100%. Mm-hmm. And honestly, yeah, if I ever think about wedding, then yeah, I'll what you brought, because Cami planned my last wedding.
I planned your bachelorette.
No, you did a lot of the wedding stuff too, I thought.
No,
you helped me out. You told me what I needed to do, and I just followed suit.
Yeah,
and then the day of,
I wasn't a planner by then.
No, but you, like, helped me out.
No, I helped, yeah, but I didn't know what the fuck I was doing then. I didn't realize until after.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just remember I always went to you for stuff.
I'll send you my rates when it's time to plan yours.
Maybe it's just an innate ability that you have. Anyways,
guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed these episodes about our play party. And Nikki will put some little pics into the YouTube video for y'all to see. Like the aliens in the compromising positions and our little outfits.
They are also on our Patreon, yes. But yes, thank you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Or, well, yeehaw. Okay, anyways.